Just a quick test here. Everything working? Looks like we're good. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. This one kind of snuck up on me. And then also I had everything and then some to do as well today. So apologies for being late, but I'm here. And I missed the tornado warning, of course. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. We're going to probably be looking at mostly windbags from this point. Tornado threat, if there was going to be anything, was going to be more so earlier in the day. Got off work a little later than I wanted to. Had some extra errands to run after the fact, so didn't quite work in my favor. But hey, what can you do? Life be lifin'. In any case, though, at this point we only have severe thunderstorm warnings. We do have 11 of them, and quite a few of them are considerably tagged. We do have a tornado possible tag over here for Buffalo County in Nebraska here, and this is the one that did have the tornado warning a little earlier. I do think this may have a chance at potentially recycling and producing again, or prompting another tornado warning. I did see a very ominous lowering earlier when I was getting the stream ready to go here. That's really what costed me, was, the prep time to get a stream started. But in any case, though, thankful for everyone who's shown up so far, all 4 of you. Hopefully we'll get more. If we don't, it's okay. It's all good here. Meantime, I'll sit here and eat some ice cream while we're at it. And then I'll try to get some vantage points from some of the storm chasers. I do think that this might go outflow dominant, though, from the looks of it. If we were looking for a tornado, I'm not liking the position of where this hook is. I would kind of want to see it a little bit further back, although, like I said, it's not impossible that this could try to spin up something really quickly. But I do think the outflow is going to start to rush out ahead and undercut the storm. There are strong storms in the area, Drew, but I wouldn't expect much out of them. You're going to get a lot of thunder and lightning. You're going to get more thunder and lightning, in fact, but nothing severe warned. These might be a little bit more interesting for you, but it's questionable as to whether or not those will maintain strength, because this little area of rain out ahead of it could kind of calm things down over there. Thanks for tuning in, Malkavet. Appreciate you a bunch, man. Wish I could have got on here earlier, but life be lifin'. And it's not even like a bad thing. It's just more a lot of errands today after work that really kind of had me in a bind here. Oil changes, groceries, etc. So, yeah. Then, of course, still having to eat so that way I can be up and running as time goes on here. That is an incredibly beautiful rain shaft, by the way. Look at that. Look at that. Don't mind me eating ice cream, by the way, folks. Been a long week, very hot week at work. So, just trying to treat myself a little bit. I mean, yeah, there's a chance, but to go this far out and say it right now, I would count it a little bit unwise. But at the same time, I did see a little bit of a sign of maybe a little bit of troughing going on towards the area off to your west. So I am watching it. I'm keeping a close eye on it, but I wouldn't get too concerned about it just yet. I'll be, of course, making my standard at least 2 videos this week. Mainly going to be focused on the tropics for tomorrow. But if I see something more robust in the models, maybe I'll make maybe I'll just do a daily double, or maybe I'll just have it set for tomorrow, or for Sunday, I should say. Just really depending on how things kind of pan out from this point. because covering the lower 48 can be tricky sometimes whenever things get really busy. It can get overwhelming, actually. So you got to play the game smart. You don't want to ever let anyone down, though. Or you at least try not to. Alright, Michael Bet. Have fun in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. Appreciate you tuning in, man. That I actually did see, by the way. I did get to take a look at the fire outlook on Discord. They didn't say that you weren't hearing anything. They never said that they weren't hearing anything from you, Drew. They were talking about today's severe weather threat. You being on the edge of the enhanced risk and whatnot. Or within the enhanced risk. They were like, hey, Drew, this is for your area. You've been asking about it. So they're just trying to look out. Just like how I'm trying to look out for you. So that's really what that is. That hook's starting to tighten back up, just as I was anticipating. This storm is just to the, I would say to the west, heading southwest of Grand Island here. This should stay well off to your south. And I mean well off to your south. I will say one reason why these storms have been less likely to produce tornadoes is because the lack of surface moisture here. I mean, we've had some 50s and some 60s, but when you have a wide temperature spread to the whatchamacallit, to the dew point where it's like 80 degrees versus like 60 degrees, that doesn't really bode well for tornadoes because of mainly having a lot to do with condensation. You have better, if you have the temperature and the moisture or dew point gradient smaller, it does allow for those cloud bases to be a little lower, which is helpful. Higher the cloud base, it's a little tougher. Yep, Ravenna. That's where the storm is, actually, ironically. I'm pretty sure you mentioned that on purpose, though. But yeah, that's actually where Ravenna, but personally, no, I have not heard of it. That inflow region's looking a little better, but this is also surging forward here. I think this is going to turn into a weak echo region. Okay, so in regards to severe weather, Drew, one thing that I've always told people, and one thing that I even live by, because I've seen severe weather occur here in Georgia in times where it was not expected. Whenever conditions are favorable, that's always the saying. Because a tornado is not going to care what elevation you're at or what time of year it is. If the conditions are right for it, you're at risk. And you need to watch closely. Like, I remember last year I ended up doing a live stream. I think it was December 9th. That was a pretty busy day. I think that was the Tennessee outbreak last year. Did I expect to be looking at an enhanced risk severe weather event with several strong tornadoes? No, but it happened. So, I mean, in all fairness, it's just really whenever you have an unseasoned, out of season type event like that, just pay attention. That's always what I will say every single time. And those are always the ones that I'm most concerned about too. Because a lot of times people will not really, it won't register the same to people. It's like, no, it's not the right time of year. This isn't going to do anything. And then lo and behold, it does something crazy. But yeah, just me rambling for the most part. But yeah, regardless of the time of year, just be always got to be watchful. If they bring up severe weather. Yeah, it started early. So, what year was it? I think it was from my area. Was it 2021 or was it 2022? We had a severe weather outbreak on New Year's Day. Georgia getting severe thunderstorms and tornadoes on New Year's Day. Like, what the heck? Pretty safe to say that that was not something I was expecting. So I trust me, I get it. But yeah, it even reminds us that regardless of how on par you may think you are with weather, you're really not. Even if you see the early warning signs, you just got to pay attention. It's like, that trough shouldn't be digging that far to the south this time of the year. He's in a bad spot. Well, actually, he's not in a bad spot, but he's in a very interesting spot. I'll say that much. You might want to get away before the hail starts coming in. So the threat for this storm actually is 60-mile-per-hour winds, by the way, and also golf ball sized hail. Will not be good for his car. Go right ahead. Do as you please, man. You actually have quite a few hailers here. Oh, and we got a tornado warning. This is over towards Kansas, actually. Gotta reset my siren here. This also has 3-inch hail. So we're getting large Granny Smith apple size hail here. So definitely need to be on the lookout for that, along with this radar indicated tornado warning for Sheridan and Graham counties. This is moving east at 15 miles an hour, 5 miles southeast of Hoxie. So thankfully this is going to stay over rural areas, so this isn't going to be a major threat to life and property. There may be some livestock and maybe a couple barns at risk, though. Some areas that might need to be on watch, though, would be Tasco and Studley in Kansas. Again, this is radar indicated tornado warning. Let's go and look at this structure here. This, looking at velocity, it's not. It's a little bit all over the place, but there are a couple of spots of interest. Main one that catches my eye is right here. But even then, it's not an incredibly well-defined circulation at this point in time. So we're sitting at one tornado warning currently. Still have a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings. We even have some wind gusts, some stronger wind gusts associated with some of these. It's really going to be along these frontal boundaries where we have to be on the lookout for some of the tornadoes. Like this tornado warning occurred right along the fringe of this warm front here. One that we had earlier, also on the fringe of the stationary front here. It still has tornado possible tag on it, but it's mainly got broad rotation at this point. And we're going to probably continue to see that over the course of the next few hours here. But the main threat for tonight is definitely going to be damaging winds. This storm over here that's over towards Stromsburg is looking pretty strong. Do have some solid winds right here. Kind of getting into a radar hole, so it's going to be a little harder to read what's going on here. But from what I can see from a couple of different vantage points, we at least would have close to 50-mile-per-hour winds. Storm has had reports of up to 70-mile-per-hour gusts. So still very dangerous, and of course those winds will do quite a bit of damage to a home. So still need to treat that with extra care here. Almost treat that like a tornado warning. And also the threat for $half size hail exists too. What I think I'm gonna do here is just play some music while we're at it here. I also don't mind if you see me scratch my head. I just washed my hair not long ago when I got back home from everything. So my hair's not incredibly looking right now. It's a little messy. I'm going to try to give us a wide view of our overall storm situation here. Also, while I'm at it, I guess I'll go ahead and switch over to having, or not switch over, but I'm going to have some live cameras ready. These storms are going to get into more populated areas, and we'll be able to start getting some view, some view of the storm here from the sky cams. Hopefully. Like Lincoln's going to be in there soon. Once we get east of Grand Island, we start to get a little bit better coverage here. Of course, Kansas going to have a little bit better coverage in general, but these storms are still a good ways off. Dang. Also, if the music's too loud at any point, please Let me know in chat. Or if my TV's too loud. In fact, give me like 5 seconds here. I'm gonna turn. Yep. You'd actually be surprised how many states have had a tornado. Actually, all 50 states have had a tornado in their recorded history. So, and a lot of them have occurred in different times of year. Some of them really odd. Like literally over here, you could get tornadoes during any time. I've seen them happen. I've seen tornadoes. Like our severe season usually is like towards maybe late February into early May. But I've seen tornadoes occur in June, July, August, especially September if we get any sort of tropical systems that make their way pretty far inland over here. We can get those here. And then we can also get them, of course, in October, November, December, which is almost like our second season. So, yeah, so like I said, it just like over there, it can happen here too. It really can happen anywhere, man. Like out west, I've seen them happen in January, but I've also seen them happen in like freaking June and July. It's weird. Oh man, I'm off with my other battery and went. Okay, got everything straight here now. I like this song. I don't know what this song is, but I do like it. This storm is still trying to hold itself together and try to drop one. Will it do so successfully is the question. And just what is this storm trying to do here? I'm intrigued as to what this one might do. You always got to watch these tail end Charlies right here. If these two start to develop enough, if this cluster starts to develop enough, who knows? There may be a little sneaky spin up. There it is. That is such a good song. Yeah, this one is the one I would be most concerned with for you. I think these storms here, that's a little bit further off behind this, is going to end up staying to your south. Because the thing is, these storms are pretty much riding this frontal boundary right here that you see in the blue and red. It's a stationary front. And notice how, as this is going down the line, it's just continuing to kind of go in this. Hang on, let me see if I can mark this out. How they're continuing to go in this motion right here. That was a terrible arrow. But yeah, notice how these storms are all going in this motion right here. But a little bit further north where this storm system is, it's kind of pushing more to the east. You probably will get some convection that'll develop to the south of that. And that's what's gonna be the majority of your activity through the night. But I think this cluster is still gonna stay south of you. Typically, you don't see these storms turn in this direction unless there's some kind of mechanism to steer them that way. And that would be the main way that would happen is if the front was pushing north, but this is a stationary front. I wouldn't anticipate this moving anytime soon. If it does, it's going to be a while. And there's the tornado warning for that, by the way. So back to the radar indicated tornado warning for Buffalo County. Located near Poole, 16 miles northeast of Kearney, moving southeast at 15 miles an hour. This also has golf ball sized hail anticipated along with it, and this is expected to remain over rural areas. Look at this line of storms really starting to surge out. I would expect some really strong damaging winds here. Biggest way you can tell that is whenever you see a little surge going out like this. I do expect maybe for these winds to begin to downtrend just slightly though. Mainly due to the fact that you have a storm complex like this that hasn't really gotten itself fully developed yet like this one has, and it pushes out like that, and then you start to see that rain start to fill in the gap. That is usually a sign that we're gonna see, that's where we've seen the storm at its peak intensity possibly. And this environment over here does look like it may struggle for instability as we get later into the evening, so that could work against these storms. Ugh. Yeah, you guys are getting to see a lot of my hair tonight. And my hair is super messy. Excuse me. Yep. Called it. Next severe thunderstorm warning shows these winds have dropped from 70 to 60. Yep. And also called this one where a tornado possible tag pops up for this area over here towards Miller. It does not surprise me at all to see that. I am also intrigued to see what these other two storms do. Well, it really depends on my schedule. I'd like to think that I would be. But sometimes if the work day runs a little bit longer, it can kind of throw my timing off. Like it definitely did today. Well, it wasn't even really work. It was the other things I had to do because I was planning to do this stream. I wasn't really planning to stream until a little bit later this afternoon, where I saw how the threat had kind of ramped up a bit. I figured it was a possibility, but I figured I would have had more time and that I would have gotten through the traffic a little bit better. But yeah, the day was kind of hectic. Just the few things that are out of my control, when they go out of my control, it does kind of screw things up. If I could get a shot at getting out to more people, it would help. But it's just kind of like how I said at the beginning of the stream, life be lifing, man. There's nothing you can do about it. You just try to adapt and keep moving, man. That's all you can do. If I spend my time trying to stress over that, I'm gonna lose my mind. And that does no one any good. Yeah, I think there's something else I'm missing right now, and I'm trying to figure out how to find or do. It's not anyone's particular fault. I mean, if you're hitting the like button, you're doing your part. It's just something else, I guess, that I'm missing. Maybe I'm streaming too much. Maybe my channel has too many videos. Could be anything. It could be a number of different things. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not blaming anybody, or definitely not anyone in my audience. It's more, maybe it's more me. Who knows? But I'm not, like I said, I'm trying not to think about that too much. Because like I said, doing that kind of stuff and getting obsessed with numbers like that doesn't lead to a good place. I can tell you that from experience. And I'm glad that my love for doing this stuff, whether I have like 50 people or 4 people watching, hasn't changed. I still love doing this. Because if I didn't, then I probably would have gave up by now. But, yeah. You know, it is what it is. You're kind of Wanda, or did you mean to say kinda, or did you actually mean to say Wanda? I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just kind of curious. But yeah, some people aren't notified. Thankfully, this is mainly over rural areas, so it's not a huge issue. But I do see your point here. Oh wow, look at that low. That is a really low cloud base. That is a very low cloud base. Well, like you said, it's severe season over here, so I'm sure anyone that's in the path of this is going to be watching. It's all good, Drew. I'm not going to penalize you for a typo. I'm pretty sure you know one of the mods here, Baconator. If you've seen some of the typos he's done over the year and a half that he's been around at this point, what you did was light compared to some of his typos. Like they would be like awful in comparison. But yeah, no need to apologize, dude. You're fine. You're fine. We got 2 different areas that we're watching over here. These storm chasers on 2 different storms here. One, of course, has the tornado warning. We got 2 different storms over here. One has a tornado warning. That's what Brandon's on. Just this one. Then we have Corey over here on Pleasanton, which has got tornado possible tag on it. Using speech to text. Speech to text. And if you have like any sort of accent at all, it just completely butchers everything. Yeah, I know how it is. And even if you don't have an accent, sometimes it'll still do that. No, you're good, man. You're all good. Trust me. I was able to understand. I still was able to understand what you were saying either way, so it's definitely not an issue. Definitely not an issue for me. Some very pretty backdrops here. Very beautiful structure on all of these storms here. Some good ice cream, man. Wow, look at that structure. Literal spaceship storm right here. Let's go ahead and look at velocity on these storms while we're at it. So I don't anticipate this one keeping its warning for too much longer. There's a little bit of a inflow notch going on right here, but I don't see anything that would make me think there's an imminent tornado with this as of right now. Another good way of telling for sure, though, is the reflectivity loop or the velocity loop here. And there was a brief period where it did look a little bit more ominous. I'll have to see what it does over the next few scans, of course. And we still have our southern Kansas storm over here with the tornado warning on it. Still has that. It still has a tag, I think, for 3-inch hail. Yep, there it is right there. New polygon that got issued out ahead of it, still holding the threat for tennis ball size hail. Oof. Appreciate everyone who's been here, mainly just chilling tonight for me. Chilling tonight with me since the stream has started. We're hoping nothing major comes out of tonight. Main reason I got on was because of the hatch risk for wind. Tornado threat wasn't all that high, but I mean, as you can see, we still have 2 tornado warnings. This is the time of year where we kind of switch into a little bit more of that threat for damaging winds than we would tornadoes. But even then, the threat of tornadoes isn't exactly zero either. Oh, where is she? This hook looks a little bit more interesting over here towards Amherst. We'll see what this does as time goes on, but I am kind of intrigued to see how this continues to trend. We've watched the tornado warning get issued. Hey, we just had this discussion, Drew. The tornado threat doesn't necessarily diminish because it's summertime. Usually what will happen during the summertime, and it's not always a guarantee, is the jet stream ends up retreating more to the north. That jet stream, which is a great forcing mechanism and also a point where you can draw in instability, moisture, and also good wind shear, with it retreating further off to the north and not being and not so many strong troughs like what we were seeing earlier this year, usually that kind of works against tornado genesis. Then also, the extra heat from summer does help. Let's not fool ourselves completely. The extra warm air does kind of help work against tornado genesis, but it could still happen. Like, for example, there have been documented F5s throughout history that have occurred in the Midwest in June and July even. Then, of course, great examples of strong tornadoes are also in August would be Plainfield. Yeah. I figured that. I was just trying to make sure. As long as you know, man. But yeah, you don't get the big, like 100, like 50 to 100 tornadoes typically in the summertime. Unless you get like a Hurricane Ivan type event where it just says the heck with it, I'm just gonna go insane. But that's another beast in itself. By the way, what's up, contingents? I saw your little message earlier on Discord about that video, adding it to the rules. I actually might, just to troll. Then again, I might not, just to troll you and spite you. Ha ha ha. I'm just kidding. These are some beautiful storms. Regardless of whether or not they produce tornadoes, the structure on these are absolutely incredible. They're immaculate. Just immaculate sculptures. It's good to hear Brandon having fun here. Happy. Ooh, excuse me. Brandon has his son with him today. That's actually really cool. I'm sure he knows. Well, Brandon knows what he's doing, so I'm sure he'll keep him safe. Well, that's pretty cool to have a son, to take your son to work day. In the most extreme, that's the most extreme case of take your son to work day that you can make, is take your child storm chasing. That is freaking awesome, actually. If I ever get that opportunity, well, more than likely their mother I would assume their mother would probably never allow it, whoever that would be, because I get the feeling they would not sit for that. But in any case, though, yeah, that'd be pretty cool if I ever got to do that with my child. If, of course, I have no kids right now, but that would be pretty cool, though. Anyway, this song is really relaxing. Then again, Harakiri for the Sky is a pretty relaxing band, or at least it is to me. They were what you would call stargaze. Also, to anyone that may use Facebook, maybe, and is a metalhead in particular, if you have any metal pages, if you're on any metal fan groups or whatever, maybe share the page onto there if you're active on there enough. I don't want you to get kicked off because of me, though, obviously. Maybe I should do that myself too, as well, my own Facebook, if I can even remember how to unearth it. I don't even use Facebook anymore, hardly. I wonder who even does anymore, to be honest. Oh, I love that blast view right there. That is really nice. Still waiting on severe reports to come in for the day. We have gotten at least one 70-mile-per-hour gust report, which is kind of verifying that hatched risk, but I don't think we're quite done just yet. Okay. Got a new tornado warning. This is back towards southern Kansas once again. This is for Graham County. This is mainly going to probably end up over rural areas. This is 10 miles northeast of Quinter. It's moving southeast at 15 miles an hour. There are a couple of areas to watch, well, really one area to watch. It's St. Peter here. In any case, though, do have a tornado warning in Graham County, Kansas here. This is tiny little area right here that is showing signs of rotation. Try to find a closer radar site so that way we can get a good look at it. Might be in a tiny radar hole here though. Might make things a little bit more challenging. Yeah. It's the smallest little corridor here that has a radar hole. I know what you're probably thinking. A radar hole in Kansas City? You have to be kidding me. Isn't this like a super active tornado corridor? Listen, I don't make the rules as far as where the radars are placed or anything like that. But that definitely looks like a circulation if I've seen one. Yep, you can see the rotation here. Not the most well-defined structure just based off of high-res velocity, but we can look at base velocity as well. Get a better look at it. Also, another thing to make note of is the amount of lightning that's with this storm. It's absolutely incredible. It's a really powerful thunderstorm we're looking at here, folks. And this very much has the potential of producing a tornado. And also some very large hail along with the threat of damaging winds. Yep, still producing up to tennis ball sized hail. Yeah, head was itching like I don't know what. Very brief sign of rotation that goes away really quick. Hey, what's up, Derek? Yeah, it's getting a little busy over here in Kansas and Nebraska. For the most part, it's going to be damaging winds for them in Nebraska, it looks like. Here's a tornado warning in Kansas right now. I think this is going to be what you would call a windbag event, though. Convective mode kind of calls for it. This one storm towards Kearney has been kind of piquing my interest every now and again. Every once in a while, you'll see a couple of really good radar scans like this right here, and then it'll kind of phase out and then kind of ramp back up. We'll see if this ends up allotting a warning this time around, though. The rotation right now seems a little bit broad, but I do think it's ramping up, though. In fact, that's actually a pretty good scan right there, if I were to say so myself. So at any second, we could get a tornado warning with this. I do find that this scan right here might just be what they would look for in regards to putting out that red polygon. Got a couple yawns in my system here. These errands today kind of taking a little bit out of me before I got to start the stream. Yeah, that definitely a hook trying to form there. So I'm very leery of what's going to happen over here towards Kearney. I'm just kind of more or less in that wait and see mode with this one. But I'm half ready to just sound the siren on it myself. But it's kind of a lot like what this storm did earlier. One point it had a tornado warning on it, the hook went away, then it came back again, and then didn't do anything, and now it's just kind of acting as if it's an elevated storm here. Limited potential to produce. I get the feeling that maybe this storm's right behind these two may have a shot at taking over as well. All three of these have supercell structure. I think this is Architects that's playing here. Ooh. It was actually the day before. I remember actually seeing it start to happen. I was like half asleep when I started seeing the warnings pop up. Then I dozed off, took a nap after work. Came back to, there was a tornado in Michigan. There was tornado warnings in Ohio, and there were confirmed tornadoes near Baltimore. So yeah, it was a pretty busy day. Craziest part is for Michigan, there wasn't even a marginal risk issued. It was just a regular thunderstorm risk. Same with Ohio. Only Maryland had a 2% area. I think there were only 2 areas that had a 2% threat of tornadoes. And it just happened that one storm that formed was in a good enough environment to last a bit and make its way all the way towards Baltimore, of all places. I said to myself, what are the odds? And then when I actually, the following day when I looked over the forecast for everything, I was kind of shocked. Like I said, the conditions were not incredible for that kind of setup. It just literally right place, right time. And just as quick as that tornado warning had popped up, it's gone just as quick too. It's pretty much going to be the nature of these storms tonight. Seeing that hook kind of elongate out like that is not a good sign. As far as if you were looking for a tornado, that's not what you want to see. If you aren't looking for a tornado, that's great news. But yeah, I do think this storm is definitely becoming a bigger hailer and maybe also bringing in damaging winds to the equation. Or an increasing threat of damaging winds, I should say. Fan-made instrumental parallels. That's been changing at real time. So it's literally between... I think Texas may have overtaken Iowa again. I have to look again to be sure. But yeah, it's literally been like neck and neck between Texas, Iowa, Illinois. No, I don't think Illinois. I have to check the most recent metric, to be honest with you. It's been hard to keep up. So at one point Iowa was the hot spot, and then shifted over to, or Illinois was the hot spot, then it shifted over to Iowa, and then it went from Iowa to Texas for a bit, and now it's back to Iowa. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, but I think I did see that what you were talking about is one of the more recent. It's one of the more recent updates on numbers. Ooh. Who's doing that? Is that you, Derek, or is that you, Isaiah, hiding in the shadows, lurking? Wonder which one of you is doing that. I wish I could see who. Somebody, I don't know if you see it, but like on chat, if you look towards the bottom right corner, you can see a little heart emoji thing, and if you like hold your thumb over it, or if you have a desktop, you hold the cursor over it, you see like 5 emojis. You click a button, you do something like this. I'm pretty sure this is Isaiah doing that. Could be somebody else trolling. But yeah, that's actually one of Isaiah's calling cards. Yeah, the reactions. I don't think it was you. It's probably him hiding. It's probably him or maybe even Baconator hiding around somewhere. Show yourselves, foul heathens. But yeah, the reactions. Not that I mind it, I don't really care. If anything, I kind of find it amusing. Yeah, God, I'm gonna find those most recent numbers. There is a chance that could also be Kyle. Oh, here we go. Starting to see that one threat begin to take shape more. You're starting to see it more because you're beginning to see sections of these storms that were showing more signs of outflow beginning to bow out, or inflow beginning to bow out more. So this more western mode here is going to start to shift away from the tornado threat and consolidate into a line. You still could get embedded QLCS spin-ups, but more than likely you're going to see a linear mode with a lot of damaging wind potential and maybe some potential for large hail too. Yeah, somebody's still spamming those emojis. Have fun. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. This is a good song. I love this song. Daughter of the Moon. Yeah, I can't really see. I actually might have to go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I will be right back, actually. The stomach's been kind of bothering me today, too. Oh, God. Yeah, no, don't retract them now. I saw all of them. It's called a phone, dude. You really don't think I have Radar Omega and my stream up while I'm going to the bathroom for the times when chat actually is like more than one person? Come on, man. Really timed me while I was going to the bathroom. Like, come on, dude. I'm disappointed in you. I really am. I really am disappointed in you. And I didn't. The thing is, it's all fun and games. So I told you what I was actually doing. But if I tell you that, then it's TMI, and everybody gets. Then people want to start getting like, this guy's disgusting. It's called human bodily functions. Get over it. Humans are disgusting. Dang. Well, what if you have to go and I start timing you? You wouldn't like that then. I'll do the reactions now. I'll do the reactions now. Alright, so quick little review over our current situation. We do have one severe thunderstorm warning that's about to go over Lincoln, Nebraska right now. We still have the chance for maybe a little bit of damaging winds. The threat is overall downtrending over towards this area. Then over here towards Kearney, we have these line storms here that have potential for golf ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. The strongest storm so far does seem like it's going to be over towards southern Kansas or central Kansas, where we have the threat of a possible tornado and 70-mile-per-hour winds, also tennis ball sized hail. So that's pretty much all the action we have here. Probably hang out for another hour and see how this pans out. I do anticipate that the instability is going to start to drop off, and with that, the threat's going to weaken. Your personal best is 5 seconds. Okay. And with that, my personal best is 1 minute. Like this. Get wrecked. That's what you get for timing me. Timing somebody to go to the bathroom, man. Are you serious? Come on now. That's your reward for all your troubles. Even though I know this isn't a Slipknot song, this has a lot of Slipknot vibes. Gonna be a quick mover too, though. Of course, the weather seems like it's gonna be to the south of Lincoln. Actually, it mainly looks more like lightning, more so than anything else. The damaging wind threat definitely looks like it's further to the north of town. Things are kind of weakening there. These winds don't even look that impressive on the storm, on the velocity map anymore, even. So that's good news. Still get some 30-40 mile per hour gusts out of this though. Precision zero. Going on the down. Simultaneity so solid. Yelling yesterday. What's that song for? Trying not to sing. I know this song really well. Good old Morphogenesis. Gone forever. We are done with worldviews mechanical. None shall never be slave to what's inside their head. My destined master, Morphogenesis. Good song. Very good song. Well, chill here for another, like I said, we'll chill here for another hour and see what happens with this. I was going to do some looking around on weather models here just to see if there might be anything that we might need to adjust for tonight. Yeah, it does look like things are going to start to weaken in the next hour from the looks of it. By the time we get into the overnight hours, storms are pretty well under severe limits at this point. Could maybe be a chance for like an odd spin up or two possibly, but for the most part it looks pretty tame. You always get those little incidental events that'll pop up here and there. Derek, you're still talking about time, are you? You can always wait. Yes, I do. I can actually show it to you right now. And I have Radar Omega on my phone. I can show that to you right now. Here you go. Phone has Radar Omega, and then if you look right here, screen blacked out. If I go into the wide view, this little screen right there, YouTube chat, just pull up live chat, and there you are right there. I gotta do a scroll right here. I mean, my mods are awesome, but they aren't always available, which is fine. But in case they aren't, I have a way to try to keep everything locked down as best as I can. I mean, they have their own lives they have to live. They deserve the right to enjoy themselves and to rest, just like I do, at some point. Of course, this is my channel, so I'm going to push harder. But they do put in a lot of work. In any case, though, yeah, I know how to keep my channel on lock. And it's the same thing with my Discord server too. Even though those guys do a great job of moderating and keeping things tame, I often see everything. They'll tell you that firsthand. It's very few things that'll end up getting past me. At least on there. Other things in life might be a little different. In any case, though. Oops. Okay, I didn't want to open that up. Hopefully this doesn't slow down the stream. I did not want to open up this application because it takes up a lot of bandwidth. Come on, off here you go. There you go. Should be good. No drop frames. All right, we're all right. We're all right. I accidentally opened up Mixcraft. This is not the time to be working on music. It's the time to be monitoring the weather, even though things are not too bad right now. Also, if you'll notice, the number of severe thunderstorm warnings are starting to drop off now, which is really good. The next thing that we'll need is for the tornado possible tags to start to drop. For the tornado possible tags to be gone. Once we get those, once we lose those, we'll be in pretty good shape here. Probably hang out here for, like I said, another 30-45 minutes. If things slow down from this point, then I can probably call it a night here. I didn't expect this to be like a 5 or 6 hour stream. Maybe 2.5 hours, maybe 3 at best. So. And that's the unique thing with these summer setups, is the fact that more often than not, you don't really get widespread severe weather outbreaks. But in areas where severe weather is highlighted, you still can get some pretty significant impacts. Mainly with damaging winds, but tornadoes are also possible. Still can be pretty strong. Will they be as significant as some of the outbreaks we've seen earlier this year? Most likely not, but you never know. Glad you think so, Derek. Glad you think so, man. Hang on a second. Let's see what we got here. Not much there or there. I'm pretty sure this is volumes here. I'm not entirely sure. You can look at surface maps. All right. Go for it, contingents, if you want to. I mean, I know you're still working, so I mean, it's no big deal. But from what I've been seeing, though, and I've been kind of looking at this setup over the last day and a half, the instability is really about to start to drop off in most of our areas of interest. Like, as we go over the course of the next couple hours, like, everything kind of hangs out back towards the west where storms had already fired. Maybe some redevelopments possible for the following day, but it doesn't really make any, Yeah. You do that a lot, though. You do end up kind of, discredit yourself sometimes. Like, when you're making the forecast. I mean, it's very easy to kind of fall into that trap there, that little pitfall, so to speak. I think you do a lot better with forecasting than you think. Obviously, don't let it go to your head, because you can sometimes end up on a roll, and then other times you can end up being absolute trash. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. Just do it for long enough, and it just happens. Wait, there's no way. Is that Kennesaw? Oh, it's just with one end, not two ends, like where it is back home. But this is a, I'm pretty sure this is Kennesaw, Nebraska. How about that? Shout out to all my folks that live in Georgia, by the way, towards northwest Georgia. But yeah, don't self-depreciate your forecast. Put in the work and say, hey, this is kind of where I'm looking. This is kind of what I'm feeling at this point. Because, I mean, even the best meteorologists, their forecasts aren't a shoe-in. So, ours is no, so I mean, for us, it's no different. Or at least that's how I would look at it. In any case, though, man, need to shave. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We lose our instability, a cap builds back in. Then on top of that, not much forcing to really break it. So, like I said, really after these storms get going, like after these storms start to lose their steam, which they're kind of starting to do already, I'm pretty much done for the night. Like I said, really it's just like 1 or 2 hours. Then on top of that, if we were going to get anything that was going to be surface based, like a tornado or anything, it's going to be more towards the front. These storms are pushing away from that front now. I mean, you can see the surface analysis. Not much has really changed. So, there's still that. Hey! 900 subs. Nice. We're back at 900. Because we were at 900 earlier this week. I think someone either unsubbed or lost their channel or whatever. And then then we ended up back at 899. Then we're back to 900 again. Glad we're back at least. There were earlier, Isaiah. There were a couple way earlier, but nothing really came of them. They were just radar indicated. Couple scary looking clouds, couple low cloud bases, that's about it. I wasn't really expecting much out of today. Even the wind threat's starting to kind of fall off a little bit. I'm just happy we're back to 900 though. Exactly. That's what I kind of noticed about the setup when I looked at it yesterday. Because remember, Drew was asking questions about it. So I did kind of run through it just a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 20 to 30 degree spreads. The dew points just, I mean, they were there, but they were never. But yeah, like I said, the spread was always at least 20 to sometimes 30 degrees, maybe even more than that. Surface temperature is definitely kind of outrunning the dew points by a long shot. It's like the temps were like here, dew points are like here. So, well, crap. I don't even know if you could even see that, but yeah, the spread was a little bit too much. And that's probably why we didn't really see much in the way of tornadoes today regardless. Yeah, I think at the top of the hour is when I wanted to stream then. Dang, we only... Yeah, this is a pretty quiet stream tonight, though. It's all good here, though. I have no issue with that. Need to go to bed early tonight, I guess, and then we'll talk about the tropics tomorrow. It's raining in Iowa right now, but not showing anything on radar. It depends on which part of Iowa you're in. South Central? Interesting. I mean, I've seen instances like that occur. I've experienced those instances personally, so it's not that I don't believe you, actually. That's the thing. I actually do. Let me check something really quickly. Where are the metrics at again? Here we go. Let's look at the dew points over towards that region. I think the moisture return is actually not that good. I would hope it wouldn't be birds peeing. I sure hope it wouldn't be that. But hey, if it is, well, not much more to really say other than that, huh? But yeah, moisture return isn't really incredible over there. The frontal boundary is still well off to your south. Trying to think. I mean, the frontal boundary will be the lifting mechanism for your storms, and that's a stationary front too, so that's not moving. At least not right now. Okay, let's see. Let's go and look at some surface observations. Damn it. So I don't have. So the latest surface analysis, mesoscale analysis looks like it's just now starting to come in. So, daggone it, of all the times, a little blind right now. It usually takes about up to 5 hours for surface analysis to come in on Radar Omega, so I don't know when the next one would be. I think the last one, actually I should be able to check the time on here. No, that's not it. Hang on. That was at 5 o'clock, so actually it would be right around the time the stream ends. Ugh. What a pain. What a pain. Oh. There's gotta be another site that has it. Or is my timing just really that bad right now? Oh. So we got an isolated 80 mile per hour gust that's popped up over here towards Ogalla, Kansas. Actually, this was pulled up from a mesonet. Nimbostratus. That's what that is. Okay, let's see what this storm is doing here. See if maybe we can figure out how that ended up happening. Let's go ahead and go 14 frames. Oh, there's a brief little uptrend over here just west of Ogala, to where maybe there might have been a chance of some really strong gusts occurring. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to tell, but a little suspicious of that. The storm was definitely stronger off to the west, though, for sure. I want to get a new, I want to get a cloud chart like I used to have for the, from the National Weather Service. So I used to have one a long time ago when I visited the station in Peachtree City when I was like 8. I was able to keep up with it for a few years, and I gave one of the cloud charts away. Lost the other one when I moved, right before I graduated high school. So that kind of sucked to lose that one. But yeah, if I can ever get another one, that'd be awesome. I don't know when, if, and how I could get one, but if I could, that'd be awesome. Maybe share this to the National Weather Service, and maybe they'll send one to me. Or I can find just a way to print one or something. So I don't know if each National Weather Service station has it, but there used to be, but yeah, when I went to the Peachtree City station when I was a kid, when I left, they had gave me a little gift and one of them was like a cloud chart. It was really cool. It had all the different types of clouds and whatnot. It even had lightning and contrails, all that other cool stuff. But yeah, I remember I lost that when I had moved just before my 18th birthday. I was about to graduate high school. So yeah, just one day I'd love to get another one of those cloud charts to hang up on my wall. Yes, that's the little story I was telling. Just a early little weather story of mine, one of many. A fond memory. Let me check something again. Does this radar show anything better? Not really. $9:45. Almost out of here, it looks like, guys. Sorry, guys, my head is itching. When this stream is over, I'm gonna put something in my hair for sure. Try to soothe the itchiness, the dry scalp. Little flaky scalp heaven. Never mind, I ain't gonna roast myself on here. Then everybody else will start doing it. Let's go ahead and take a leak it. Oops. Let's not do that. Alright, so we're gonna be dropping now to 5 severe thunderstorm warnings. May actually get to see the end of this before the end of the stream. So the worst of these storms have just now cleared through Lincoln. And now I guess we're just waiting to see what happens next with Nebraska City here. I don't expect anything magnanimous with these storms. I think these storms are going to continue to weaken as we were previously predicting. And we're going to just watch everything kind of slowly wither away here. Might be chance of a little pop-up storm that, or pulse severe storm that may even have brief chance of maybe spinning up something. Although I think the chances are pretty low at this point. I know, I say it a lot and I screw up the meaning. I say it, I look back at it later and I'm like, damn it, why did I do that? I don't know why. I don't expect anything insane from this. Yeah, I don't know why I say that. I don't know. Maybe I should neck myself whenever I say something like that. I don't know. Yeah, help me find some yep, that lets you know it's been a long day. Yeah, if you can help me find a good synonym, that would be great. Yeah, because my brain does not want to work today. It wants to clock out. It wants to clock out bad. Because I'll be getting... when I look back at it, I'm like, why do I keep saying that? Shut up. I like this song here. This sounds like Architects. Momentous. I think instinctively that's what I want to say, but I could never remember the word momentous. I don't know. Being in the heat all day definitely impairs one's brain after a while. Anyway, I'll probably hang out here for a couple more minutes. We'll let it run up to 2 hours and then we'll go from there. Speaking of which, yep, yeah, classic case of me trying to do too much, I think. When I get really tired, I do tend to overthink more too. Like when I actually rest up well, I don't make the same kind of mistakes, I feel like. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. And again, I'm a little bit unorthodox. Well, not even a little bit. I am unorthodox. Oh, there's really no point in beating around the bush there. In any case, though. Speaking of which, wonder what you and the rest of the mods are doing tomorrow. I might ask you guys for some feedback on some stuff. if y'all are busy, then it's fine, but if you guys have some free time and you would care to share said free time, there's like a few ideas that I have that maybe I'd like to discuss on here. Alright, well, you just let me know what your schedule is looking like. Like, if you have the time to listen to me while no, I'm not going Green Day. I'm not going Green Day. But if you have the free time, then maybe we'll have like a staff chat or something in Discord or something. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out, man. All I do know is I'm probably going to be taking a nap. I'm probably going to be calling it a night here and getting some good sleep. So one thing I will say, though, to anyone that could still be watching at this point, maybe towards central Kansas as we get later into the evening, we might have to watch for some intensification here. And for the most part, I really think that a lot of the activity is going to be more towards this little zipped up area here. I'm actually going to circle it, but more towards this area here. The areas further off to the east, I think it might stay a little bit more dry, and I think it's going to help inhibit the severe threat. We could see this maybe make a little bit of a shift off to the south and east a little bit, but I think once you get towards areas like Seneca, things are going to be a little bit tougher to maintain. So the areas I think that'll be of interest, actually might want to expand this area a little bit. But I would say somewhere around here might be the point of interest. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think initiation's going to be the thing. It's just going to be anywhere where this line moves. Like any storms that are already established might be able to ramp up just slightly. But I do think for the most part, I wouldn't expect anything crazy. Nothing momentous. There. How do you like that? I think I used it pretty decently. Or it doesn't sound the same. I don't know. In any case, though, I'm trying to make it work. Okay, I'm gonna exit out of that now. But we'll see what happens over the next 3 minutes. Why has the music stopped? Oh wait, no, okay, there it goes. I was about to say, what the heck? I just started this one and it's 59 minutes. I know it wasn't 59 minutes. We haven't even been live that long. Okay, there it is. The illusionist has come on. Yeah, I think South Central Kansas, Central Kansas might be the point of interest. And then maybe South Central Nebraska. But yeah. Well, not even South Central Kansas. Maybe like Central Kansas. Further south you go into Kansas, just kind of things don't look quite as impressive. It's a lot like how you were saying, a lot of capping there, a lot of inhibition. And then on top of that, the moisture becomes a little skimpy the further, like the later we get into the evening. So it's kind of like a zipper. It's kind of like got that little bit of a zipper effect, if you will. It's where it's almost like this front comes in and it just kind of forces the draw here, so to speak. And I think that warm front that's kind of advancing a little bit more towards the north and east is also going to be a reason why the capping comes into play too. It's literally like close. So that's what I'm saying by like, that's what I really mean by like drawers, just like literally closing the zipper, so to speak. In any case, we got 2 minutes left. No, not what they're looking for. Just so you know, every day within my life, you diminish your own pride. Okay, you're not get too excited with that one. I love that song. Love me some Scar Symmetry. Potential. Alright guys, 10 o'clock, and it looks like not much is going to really be going on here for the next little bit. Take this time to rest here. Again, if you're over towards south central Nebraska, maybe north Kansas, maybe even central Kansas, you might want to keep an eye on the weather here. I do think for the most part, I wouldn't expect anything major to occur from this. Nothing momentous, but there could be a few more severe thunderstorm warnings that end up being issued. I'm inclined to mostly rule out tornado warnings, but we've been surprised plenty of times before, and it could happen once more. So, you don't want to give too much in the way of false expectation. So that being said, you guys be safe, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you with a tropical outlook tomorrow. Till then, peace out, stay metal, and I will see you next time.